Hello everybody, I am Alak Niranjan Singh, former civil servant, Indian Economic Service Officer and Professor of Economics and Finance. So on demand of many of my students, I decided to make the series of civil services preliminary examination. So I start with question number 51, paper 2, and it is English passage. So this one is: in an economic organization, allowing mankind to benefit by the productivity of machines should lead to a very good life of leisure. And much leisure is apt to be tedious except to those who have intelligent activities and interests. It means that leisure can also be tedious if you don't have intelligent activities and interests. If a leisured population is to be happy, it must be an educated population. Here it must be educated with a view to enjoyment as well as to the direct usefulness of technical knowledge. The question is, which of the following statements best reflects the underlying tone of the passage? A. Only an educated population can best make use of the benefits of economic progress. Well, this is not correct because here it is saying only an educated person. Well, even non-educated person can also make use of benefits of economic progress. It is not talking about leisure. It is talking here economic progress. So this one is not correct. Then B, all economic development should be aimed at the creation of leisure. Again, the word all comes. So whenever you have only, all, none, the definitive words, that option is not likely to be correct, because if there is even only one exception, then this answer will be wrong. So A, B are clearly not correct. Even if you don't read the passage, you can discard them. Then C, an increase in the educated population of a country leads to an increase in the happiness of its people. That is what this should be, because it says that if a leisured population is to be happy, it must, here it is the word must, it must be an educated population and must be educated with a view to enjoyment as well as to the direct usefulness of technical knowledge. So technical knowledge will be useful only if the population is educated, and they will be happy only if they are educated. So that's why it in C is correct, because an increase in the educated population of a country leads to an increase in the happiness of its people. Then fourth is D, use of machines should be encouraged in order to create large leisured population. Nowhere does it say that use of machines should be encouraged. It never says. Hence, D is irrelevant or it is not the correct option. Now I go to passage 2. If presents bring less thrill now that we are grown up, perhaps it is because we have too much already. Perhaps it is because we have lost the fullness of the joy of giving, and with it the fullness of the joy of receiving. Children's fears are poignant, their miseries are acute, but they don't look too forward nor too far backward. Their joys are clear and complete because they have not yet learnt always to add but to every proposition. Perhaps we are too cautious, too anxious, too skeptical. Perhaps some of our cares would shrink if we thought less about them and entered with more single-minded enjoyment into the happiness that come our way. So this passage is about the comparison of adults and the children on receiving presents. So let's see. The question 52 is, with reference to the passage, which one of the following statements is correct? It is not possible for adults to feel thrilled by presents. No, it is not that. We still feel thrilled, because it says here that perhaps that we are grown up. No, it presents bring less thrill. It is not that not at all thrill. It says less thrill. Means adults also have thrill, but less than what children get. Then B is, there can be more than one reason why adults feel less thrilled by presents. Yes, he says many reasons, because here it is perhaps it is because we have too much already, or perhaps it is because we have lost the fullness of the joy of giving, and with it the fullness of the joy of receiving. Thus, this passage is telling three reasons why adults don't feel as thrilled as children when they receive gifts. And so, B is the correct answer. Now, see, the author doesn't know why adults feel less thrilled by present. No, the author knows this. He gives the three reasons. And adults have less capacity to feel the joy of loving or being loved. No, it is not being loved. It is talking about gifts. So D is also not correct. Hence, only B is the correct answer. Now I go to next question. Question number 53. The author of the passage is against worrying too much about the past and future. Yes, that is what he said in the last paragraph. I go here, and he says that if we thought, okay, here is the last paragraph, entered into with more single-minded enjoyment into the happiness that come our way. Well, it doesn't tell that. Here it tells. Perhaps we are too cautious, too anxious, too skeptical. Means we are worrying. That's why we shouldn't worry. That is what the author is saying. So, in my assessment, this one is correct. Worrying too much about the past, he is against it. The question is, the author of the passage is against. Okay. Being in the habit of thinking about presents, no, he doesn't talk at all about it. Not being thrilled by new things, no, it is not. We are less thrilled by new things. It's not a not. And giving and receiving joy only partially. Again, the word only is there, and hence this you can say that it is incorrect, because if there is any one exception, this D will be wrong. So the best answer or the correct answer is A for question number 53. I go to question number 54, and it is mathematics question. It says, let A, B, and C represent distinct number non-zero digits. Okay, it can be 1, 2, 3, between 1 and 9, because it is non-zero and distinct. Suppose X is the sum of all possible three-digit numbers formed by A, B, and C without repetition. So it is saying the sum of all possible three-digit numbers, okay, and then also without repetition. So means numbers can be, consider the following statement. So what could be the numbers? X is equal to A plus B, and the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 9, okay. Now it says that how those numbers are formed. A, B, C are non-repetitive. So the smallest number they can form is 1, 2, 3, because this one is the smallest number. Then it says that X is the sum of all possible three-digit numbers. So it can be 1, 2, 3 plus 1, 3, 2 plus 2, 1, 3 and 2, 3, 1 and then 3, 1, 2 and 3, 2, 1, because it is three numbers. So we will have 3 factorial, which is 3 times 2 times 1, so 6 numbers. And if we sum them, then it comes 1, 3, 3, 2. So this one is definitely correct. This one is correct. Now the three-digit greatest value of X is 888. Well, when the smallest value is 1332, then how the greatest value can be only 888? The three-digit greatest value of X will be definitely more than 1332, because the sum of the smallest three digits is 1332. Then the greatest value must be in the 4 digit. It can't be just 3 digit. So only one is correct. Answer A. Yeah. So what about neither A nor D? No, this is not correct. I was trying to figure it out. Then I will know it is not correct. Only A is the correct answer. Okay. Now I go to the next question, and that one is 55. There is a number lock which has 3-digit pin. Okay, the pin is of 3 digit. The pin contains digits 1 to 7. Okay, so there is no repetition of digits. The digits in the pin from left to right are in decreasing order. So this one is also an important factor, that they are in the decreasing order. So this gives us some clue. Any two digits in the pin differ by at least 2. This is the another clue. How many maximum attempts does one need to find out the pin with certainty? So the largest number is 7, and because it says in decreasing order, so I start with 7, and then there has to be at least 2 number difference. So 753 can be 1, then 752 also can be, and then 751 can be. Then after 5 it will be 742, 741, and then it will be 731. So that is when we start with 7. When we start with 6, it is 642, because at least 2 gap, then 641, here it is 3 gap between 4 and 1, and then 631, here is 3 number gap between 6, 3 and 2 in 1, and then last one we can have is 531. We cannot have any smaller, means we cannot have 4, then it won't be 3-digit pin. So that was 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is the total number, and C is the correct answer. Question number 56 is a bit tricky, but let's see it. And there are 8 equidistant points on a circle. Okay, so I took it number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many right angle triangles can be drawn using these points as vertices? So these points are vertices, means top points, so they have to be there. And taking the diameter as one side of the triangle. So here is the diameter, which is between 1 and 5. Well, the diameter can be between 4 and 8 also, but there will be only one diameter from which we can have these kinds of vertices also as a triangle. So I began to draw triangles. So first, here is the center is 0, and one triangle is 0, 1 and 3. Then second triangle is 0, 3, 5. And then third triangle will be 0, 5, 7, and then 0, 7 and 1 back. So there are 4 triangles. Now I start with point 2. So point 2 I draw with blue color. So 0, 2, 4 is one triangle. Then 0, 4, 6 will be another triangle, and 0, 6 and 8 will be another triangle, and 0, 8, 2 will be the another triangle. So this will be another 4 triangles. Can we have something like 3? No, because if we are having 3, 0, 5, we already had when we had counted 0, 1, 3 and 0, 3, 5. So after that, there is no possibility which is including this vertices and the diameter. So we will have only 8. 4 with 1 and 4 with 2, or you can start 4 with 3 and 4 with 4, or 4 with 5 and 4 with 6, but you cannot have more than 8. So D is the correct answer. That's why I put it in red color and blue color. I hope you got it. Question number 57. This talks 24 men and 12 women can do a piece of work in 30 days. In how many days can 12 men and 24 women do the same piece of work? Well, how do we know? 24 men and 12 women, okay, 30 days, and 12 men and 24, well, we have 2 unknowns, men and women, but then the combination is only one. We have only 30 days. Had we given this number, then we would have been able to figure out. So that way, exactly 30 days? Well, they are trying to trick you, because here it will happen only if men and women do the same amount of work. More than 30 days? Well, if women do less amount of work than men, but we don't know. Question doesn't tell. Less than 30 days, if women do more work than men, then it can be, or more than 30 days, but there is a possibility that it can be finished in 30 days also. Hence, C is also not correct. Then data is inadequate to draw any conclusion. D is the correct answer. Because we don't know how many days, how much part of work one man does and how much does woman does. Next question is, what is the remainder when 91 times 92 times 93 until 99 is divided by 1261? So best thing is that let's factorize 1261 so that it is not very complicated. So it becomes 13 times 97. So if we divide this, then this 97 will be cancelled, and then 91 will be cancelled by 13 because 13 times 7 is 91. Hence remainder would be 0. So D is the correct answer. Then we go to question number 59. Consider the following statements in respect of a rectangular sheet of length 20 cm and 8 cm breadth. So here is I drew the rectangle 20 cm and 8 cm breadth. It is possible to cut this sheet exactly into 4 square sheets. Yes, 4 square sheets can we cut it? So I do it like this. So area of the triangle is 20 times 8, so 160 square feet or square centimeters. Then if we cut one square, means 16 centimeter, and another 64, then we have this 80. So our will be like this, 8 times 8. So we have 1 here, 8 times 8, and then we will have 8 times 8 like this. So I draw it here. Well, should I draw or should I not draw? Because I gave you the answer. 8 times 8 is 1, then another is 8 times 8, and then 16 times 16, and means 4 times 4 and 4 times 4. We have this. Means we will cut this one. Here is the 1 8 full. Yeah, this one is 8. 8 times 8. Then another is this one. Again 8 times 8, and this 8 is 4 times 4. So this one is the another 2 square, 4 times 4. Yeah, so this one is 4, and this one is 4, and this one is 4. So that way you have 4 squares cut. 1 square this one, another square this one, and this one is third, and that one fourth. So it is possible to cut the sheet exactly into 4 square sheets. So 1 is correct. What about 2? It is possible to cut the sheet into 10 triangular sheets of equal area. So there has to be 10 and triangular sheets of equal area. So I did it, divided it by 5, so that 4, 4, so this one is also 4. So we will have this kind of again. So this one is another triangle. Then again 4 here, and this one is another. So that way we got 6, and this one is another 2, 8, and this one we will have so equal area. So that way it is possible. So both 1 and 2 are possible. C is the correct answer. Okay. Sorry. Now question number 60. When 70% of a number x is added to another number y, the sum becomes 165% of the value of y. When 60% of the number x is added to another number z, then the sum becomes 165% of the value of z. Which one of the following is correct? So we need to do it like this. X plus 0.7x is equal to 1.7x because 70% is number is added. But then y plus 0.7x is equal to actually 1.65y. Hence y is equal to 1.7 divided by 1.65x, which is greater than 1. So y is bigger than 1. With z also, z plus 0.6x is equal to 1.65z, and x plus 0.6x is equal to 1.6x. So z is equal to 1.6 divided by 1.65x. Hence z is smaller than x, which is smaller than y. So A is the correct answer. Now I go to question number 61, and 61 is again a passage. So it says, the majority of people who fail to accumulate money sufficient for their needs are generally easily influenced by the opinions of others. They permit the newspapers and the gossiping neighbors to do their thinking for them. Opinions are the cheapest commodities on the earth. Everyone has a flock of opinions ready to be wished upon by anyone who will accept them. If you are influenced by opinions when you reach decisions, you will not succeed in any undertaking. So means if you shouldn't be influenced by the opinions of others. That is what he means. Means if you are influenced by opinions, means others, you will not succeed in any undertaking. Okay, let's see. Which one of the following is implied by the passage? Most of the people don't accumulate money for their needs. No, it doesn't tell so. It tells that the majority of people who fall to accumulate money are influenced. It is not that who fail, not that majority of the people. Most of the people never fail. Again, the word never has come. Leave it. This must be wrong. Then there are people who fail to accumulate money for their needs. Yes, there are people, because who are those people? Who are generally influenced by the opinions of others. Means these people, majority of the people who fail to accumulate money, means there are people who fail to accumulate money. So C is correct, and there is no need to accumulate money. Author never says that. Question 62 is, what is the main idea of the passage? So the main idea of the passage is, people should not be influenced by the opinions of others. Since you all are going to be a bureaucrat, you should have your own independent decisions. Those of you pass, not that all are going to be. Means all of you are candidates, but once if you succeed, then you shouldn't be influenced by the opinion of others. You should have your own decision. That is what the main idea of the passage is. Then people should accumulate as much money as they can. No, it never said. People should neither give nor accept the opinion. This one is implied little bit, but the passage doesn't say that. People will succeed in any, again the word any, undertaking, if they don't accept any opinion at all. No, it doesn't say that, and this any word is the trigger word that tells that, well, this option is wrong. Passage 2. The social order is a sacred right, which is the basis of all other rights. Okay, social order gives the all other rights. Nevertheless, this right doesn't come from nature and must therefore be founded on convention. Here is the word must. Must therefore be founded on convention. Means social order must be founded on conventions. Okay. So with reference to the above passage, which of the following statements? Conventions are the sources of rights of man. Yes, that's correct, because the social order, which is the source, must be founded on conventions. So that way conventions become eventually the source. Rights of man can be exercised only when there is a social order. Again, though there is the word only here, but again, here it says that which is the basis of all. So all is here. That's why this only will be correct here. Okay. Otherwise, it would not have been. So select the correct answer using the code. So both are actually following. So hence answer C is the correct answer. Question number 64. Two candidates X and Y contested election. 80% of the voters cast their vote and there were no invalid votes. There were no nota option. So X got 56% of the 80% of the vote that were cast and won by 1440 votes. What is the total number of voters in the voters list? Well, 56% of 80% X got, then remaining 44% Y got. So that way 56 minus 0.56 minus 0.44 times 80%, because it is 0.8, no? So it should be 0.8 is equal to 1440. So n is equal to total number 1440 divided by 0.12 times 0.8 is equal to 096, and that way this one is equal to 15,000. So it was simple. All you needed was to understand the question. Next question is 55. What is the smallest number greater than 1000 that when divided by any one of the numbers 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 leaves a remainder of 3? So the remainder is only 3 and it has to be divisible by all these numbers. So in order to have a number which is divisible by all, you need to calculate its LCM. So LCM of 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 is 180. Now make it multiple bigger than 1000. So you have to multiply, because it is asking bigger than 1000. So multiply it by 6. So that becomes 1080. And then the remainder has to be 3. So add 3 to it. So 1083 is the answer to C, question number 65, which is C. Question 66. Let P be a two-digit number and Q be the number consisting of same digits written in reverse orders. Okay. So if it is 27P, then that will be Q will be 72. So if P and Q is equal to 2430, then what is the difference between P and Q? Okay. So factorize this 2430 and then you get this number, and then one is 45, 3 times 3 times 5 is equal to 45, and the another is 3 times 3 times 3 times 2 is equal to 54. So the other number, okay, so what is the difference between P and Q? Okay, it will be 9. So 9 is the, one is 54 and the other one is actually 45. So the difference between the two is 9. So 55 minus 54 minus 55. So I write it like this. 55 equal to, so 54 minus 45. 54 minus 45 is equal to 9. So D is the correct answer. It was tricky, little bit, because it says, then what is the difference between P and Q? I hadn't read it first when I was solving this. Question number 67. Consider the following statements in respect of two natural numbers P and Q. So natural numbers, okay, such that P is a prime number and Q is a composite number. Now can P and Q be an odd number? The answer is yes, because P is the prime number, then it is odd, means 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. P will always be odd, and then Q can be 21. So 7 times 21 is an odd number, because when Q and P both are odd, then it will be odd number. Then Q by P can be a prime number. Yes, the answer is yes, because if Q is 21 and P is 7, then 21 by 7 is equal to 3. So B is, 2 is also correct. And P plus Q can be a prime number. No, this is never possible, because, well, let's keep P equal to 7 and Q is equal to 21. Then 21 plus 7 is equal to 28. So can be a prime number? No, it is not possible. Because can there be any prime number? No. If it is a composite number and a prime number is added, okay, let's have this. 30 plus 7 is 37. Yeah, that can be prime number too. So actually, I should make this also correct. That if P is 7 and Q is 30, then it will be a prime number. 37 is a prime number. So it is possible, it is can be. It is not telling that must be. So this can be. So actually all are correct. D is the correct answer. So while recording the video, I am finding what mistakes carelessly I had made earlier. So D is the correct answer to this question. Now, next question. Next question is, consider the following statements. Between 3:16 and 3:17 p.m. both hour hand and pin hand coincide. It is correct. Let's see. How do we reach that? So minute hand moves 6 degrees per minute, because there are 360 degrees, and in 1 minute it will move 6 degrees, because 60 times 6 is equal to 360. So at 3:15 minute hand is here at 3, yeah, and then at 3:16 it will move 6 degrees, and 17 it will move another 6 degrees, so it will move 12 degrees past 3. Now where is the hour hand? The hour hand at 3:15 is somewhere between 3 and 4, and in 1 hour it moves 30 degrees, which is between 3 and 4, because there are 12 hours, so 1 hour will have 30 degrees. So in 15 minutes it will move 30 divided by 4, 7.5 degrees. So actually our hand moves in how much? 0.5 degree per minute. What do I mean by that? Means in 1 minute it will move half degree. Okay. Why will it move? Because in 60 degrees it moves 60 minutes it moves 30 degrees. Okay. So in 1 minute it will move half degree, because in 60 minutes it moves 30 degree. So in 1 minute it will move half degree. So in 17 minutes it will move half 0.5 degrees, and in 16 minutes 8 degrees. So 8 and 8.5 degrees, but minute hand crosses 12 degrees, means from here to here it crosses 12. So at one point it will be above hour degree, it will coincide. And the second hand in 1 minute it covers the entire 360 degrees. So in 1 minute somewhere this hour minute hand will be between this 4 and 5, so it will be close to at 4:58 and 4:59 p.m. So hour hand will be at 5 and minute hand will be here, but by then again second hand will cross it, so that way it will coincide. So both 1 and 2 are true. Question number 69 is, there are two containers X and Y. X contains 100 milliliter of milk and Y contains 100 milliliter of water. 20 milliliter of milk from X is transferred to Y. Okay, 20 milliliter is transferred. Then after mixing well, 20 milliliter of mixture in Y is transferred back to X. Okay, so if M denotes the proportion of milk in X and N denotes the proportion of water in Y, then which one of the following is correct? So in the first step, we start with M is equal to 100 milk and water is equal to 100 in Y. So these are X and Y. So I am putting them next to one another. When 20 milliliter is taken, so milk is left 80, and here water is 100 and milk is 20. So this Y becomes 120. Now it is thoroughly mixed. So 20% of it is milk and 100 means, which is not exactly 80% is water, okay, but not exactly like that, but almost. Then when again 20 liter is taken back, 20 milliliter, so there are how many? 20 is 1/6 of 120. So 20 by 6th of water, milk will be coming back, because milk is only 20 and then 1/6 of it is taken. So 20 by 6 milk will come. So here milk becomes 80 plus 20 by 6 means 83.33, and 16.67 will be the water. And again, what is water left here? So here 100 by 6 water is taken away and put here. So 100 minus 16 point, so it is 83.33. Thus both have milk is 83.33 milliliter and in Y water is 83.33 milliliter. So M is equal to N. I hope you got it. I was clear. Then I go to question number 70. A pie chart gives the expenditure on 5 different items A, B, C, D and E in the household. If B, C, D and E correspond to 90 degrees, so I drew the B is 90 degree, then D, C, D and E are, so this 45 plus 75 is 120 degrees, so DE is equal to 90 plus 30, so this becomes 120, and C is 50 degrees. So after this, how much is left? For A, it is 100, because 90 plus 120, 90, 180 plus 80 is equal to 260. So 100 is left for A. Now it is asking what is the percentage. So the formula is that 100 degree times 100 divided by 360 is the percentage, because this 100 is percentage and 100 degree divided by 360 is the proportion, and this becomes 250 by 9. So D is the correct answer for question number 70. Then question number 71 is again passage. So passage 1 is to encourage research in one of the functions of university. That is the function of university, to encourage research. Contemporary universities have encouraged research, not only in those cases where research is necessary, but also on all sorts of entirely unprofitable subjects as well. So, unprofitable subjects like history, English, all these, which companies don't use. Now, scientific research is probably never completely valueless. That is what he says. However silly and insignificant it may seem, however mechanical and unintelligent the labors of the researchers, there is always a chance that the results may be of value to the investigator of talent, who can use the facts collected for him by uninspired but industrious researchers as the basis of some fruitful generalization. So he says that those science researchers who have worked hard, well, they can be used. Means some facts can be used about them, but where research is not original but consists in the mere rearrangement of existing materials, where object is not scientific but literary or historical, that is what I had said in English and history, then there is a risk of whole business being merely futile. Means he's saying that, well, history and English research may be merely futile. Well, we may know some truth, but most likely it can be in most of the cases. So the question number 71. The author's assumption about scientific research is that, he said scientific research means it is really fruitful. So it is never, well, again never is there, so remove it, it is most likely incorrect. It is sometimes very valuable, that is what he says. He doesn't say so. What does he say? He says it is sometimes very valuable. No, about scientific research he says that it is always valuable, because there is always a chance that the results may be of value. So not sometimes but always valuable. And about C, it is never without some value. So here this never is opposite of always, and then it is without. So why did I say it is never very valuable? That never is most likely to be incorrect, because here it is not the opposite something cutting it. So here it is a never without some value. Okay, so C is the correct answer. Here it uses the word always. It is saying no, there is always a chance that the results may be of value. So C is the correct answer. What would be? It is always very valuable. No, it is not always very valuable. It says that, it doesn't say very valuable, it says some value. So this very is actually not the reason, and it is also, this very word is actually making this choice wrong. So A is the correct choice for 71. Now go to question number 72. According to the author, not many research values can be of value to an intelligent investigator. Yes, because not many research results can be, because they are also researching on history and English. So that's why not many. And a research result is always valuable to an intelligent investigator. No, if it is history and English, then it is not. And any research result can be of value to an intelligent investigator. Again, it is saying any, it is not history and English. And then a research result must always be of some value to an intelligent. No, it is not must. So because history and English don't have. So that way answer A is the correct answer. It is a compromise, not many. It is not all or must, these words. So whenever you have words like must, all, never, be careful. Most likely they are wrong. Only if in the passage also it is matched by the same definitive words like must and, then only you can be correct. Otherwise, most likely it is wrong. Passage 2. How best can the problems of floods and droughts be addressed so that the losses are minimal and the system becomes resilient? Means it is the problem of floods and droughts that need to be addressed. In this context, one important point that needs to be noted is that India gets too much water during 120 days only and too little for the remaining 245 days. So this skewed water availability has to be managed and regulated for its consumption throughout the year. So because we get only 120 days water, so we need to manage it. Now how to manage it? So it says, which one of the following best reflects the practical, rational and lasting solution? So it has to be practical, rational and lasting solution. Okay. So what is the practical one? Is constructing huge concrete storage tanks and canals across the country. This one is a bit hard, not practical, because it will be costing a lot, and then maintenance will also be high, and then it can create, means spoil a lot of land and other things. So it doesn't look very practical and rational also. Lasting it is, but then B, changing the cropping patterns and farming practices. Well, it will increase productivity of crop, but not conserve water. Then C is interlinking of rivers across the country. This is there, but well, what will happen during 245 days when there is no rain? So, though interlinking of rivers will help, but not, it is not perennial. And D is buffer stocking of water through dams and recharging aquifers. So if aquifers are recharged, then there will be no shortage of water throughout the year, because whenever there is shortage, they are recharged. So it looks lasting. It is practical also and rational also, because this water dam is least costly to build compared to that constructing huge concrete storage tanks, and also it is used for fishery, electricity generation, hence it is rational and practical. Now I go to question number 74, and this one is a mathematics question. So here you need to use trick because it's very long. So if 15 times 14 times 13 times 1 is equal to 3 to the power m times n, where m and n are positive integers, then what is the maximum value of m? Okay. So to calculate this is, it is 3 to the power m. So this 3 to the power 1 is equal to 3. When we have 6, then also 3 to the power 1. So for 6, then for 9, we have 3 to the power 2. And for 12, we have 3 to the power 1. And then for 15 also, we have 3 to the power 1. So that way, we have how many 3 to the power? It is 1 plus 1 plus 2, 4 plus 5 plus 6. So it is 6. So 6 is the maximum that m can be. Now 75. What is the value of x in the sequence 2, 12, 36, 80, 150 and x? It is quite difficult question actually, because it is increasing by 10 for difference, then by 24, and then by 44, and then by 70. Well, there is not really pattern like 10, 20, 30, 40. It would have been easy, or 10, 50, but it is not really pattern. So let's go for second difference. So what is the second difference? This difference is 14. Then this difference is 20. And then this difference is 26. So we get the pattern that it is increasing by 6. So next difference should be 32. So next difference is 32. And then first difference is 70. So 70 plus 32 will be the total difference. That will be 102. Hence, x is equal to 150 plus 102, which is equal to 252. So B is the correct answer. So I stop here because video is getting long. I will make another video of all the questions, so that will have another 25 questions. So that way, in total, I will make 4 videos, and you all will enjoy it. I hope you liked it, and if you liked it, please subscribe to my channel. This effort is a social effort for education of economically weaker sections of the society and EWS, and because I am providing this for free to all, even though I teach, I do take these classes, means I hold classes for civil services, then Indian Economic Service and GATE and CUET economics. So I am a economics professor and I am CFA charter holder. So if you found my explanation simple, easy to comprehend, please like my video and subscribe it. If you subscribe more, then I will produce more such videos. Thank you for attending. Have a nice time. Bye.